Nelles Manor was built between 1788 and 1798 by Colonel Robert Nelles. He was not yet a colonel. He was a colonel in 1822. It's the oldest continuously inhabited house between Niagara-on-the-Lake and Kingston. It was lived in by 4 generations of the Nelles family. Robert was the first one to live here. He built it, finished it in 1798, and he had 16 children live in this house. His youngest son, Charles, inherited the house, and he and his wife, Elizabeth, had one child, a daughter named Maria. Maria was the 3rd generation to live at the manor, and she and her husband also had one child, Adam Nelles Rutherford. Adam Nelles Rutherford was the 4th generation to live here, and he actually turned the manor into 8 different apartments. In 1971, Adam Nelles Rutherford's widow sold the house to a couple that is not related to the family at all. Their names are Barry and Linda Coots, and they've spent the last 45 years restoring the house, and in 2016 they donated the house to become a nonprofit museum. So the house is a Georgian style house, which means that a lot of the rooms are symmetrical. So we're sitting in the study right now, the Colonel's study, and it's exactly identical to the dimensions of the room above it, which is the master bedroom. And then we've got 4 other identical rooms. We've got a dining room, a parlor, and 2 bedrooms above, and we've got an original kitchen as well. So in this Georgian style house, you'll come in, you've got big wide hallways, high ceilings, and a grand staircase. Some of my favorite rooms in the house though are probably the study right here where we are and the kitchen. The study I like because it shows a lot about who Robert was and the types of businesses he was involved in and what he might have lived like at the time. And you can imagine the types of people that would come in this room. We know that 200 marriages were performed by Robert in front of this very fireplace because he was a justice of the peace. He was also a member of the Legislative Assembly twice. He was Lieutenant Colonel of the 4th Lincoln Militia. He was a township warden. He was the first worshipful master of the Freemason Lodge in Grimsby. He owned a sawmill and a grist mill and a merchant shop. So that's why I like the study, because I can imagine him doing a lot of his letter writing and business here. So since we've been open in 2016, our events committee, which is completely run by volunteers, have been putting on a number of events every year for the public. We are open for tours between May and September, but off-season we still like to have people come in. So some events include open hearth cooking classes. We've done that a few times now. People can come and participate in cooking a meal, and they get to taste the meal after, and at the same time they're learning about historic 18th and 19th century cooking techniques, which is very interesting. We like to not only be able to have people come, but we want to educate the public as well. So I think that's a good way of doing it. And we do afternoon teas. So on Mother's Day, we always do an afternoon tea on Mother's Day. And we've done a few in the fall as well. So those are quite nice. We did a big living history event this past June, on June 8th, in commemoration of the engagement at the 40. And so we'd like to be doing another event like that in the future. We've got one planned for 2021. But basically we have military demonstrations and reenactors and all that fun stuff. We do Christmas tours, candlelit Christmas tours, where we've got a harpist and delicious wine and cheese and that kind of thing. And one of the events that is the most popular are our ghost tours, which we do every October. We've done them, I guess, 4 times now, since 2016, and they're very popular. And they're an interactive tour. You come through the house, but it's almost a little bit theatrical, and in every room there's a scene that plays out, and our actors will portray ghosts or spirits from the past based on the history of the Nelles family. So someone might portray a Colonel Robert, or someone might portray his daughter Margaret. So those are always quite fun.